You're listening to the Doctor Is In podcast, brought to you by MartinClinic.com. During the episode, the doctors share a lot of information. As awesome as the info may be, it is not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. It's strictly for informational purposes.
Well, good morning. Welcome again. This morning, I'm going to talk to you why you need to get your good cholesterol up. Okay, so we're going to talk about that because I get asked that every day in the office, and even when I'm not in the office. What we try and do at the Martin Clinic, and I think you guys know this, is we try and answer all your questions, right? So if you are in our Martin Clinic private group, our Facebook group, lots of questions are asked, and we love that. Yeah, we want, the word doctor means teacher, but I get asked this every day about cholesterol. And so I don't mind repeating it, guys, because cholesterol has been made to be the boogeyman, but you can't live without cholesterol. It's impossible. Your cells are made up of cholesterol. Your brain is made up of cholesterol. Cholesterol is FedEx trucks on the highways of your blood vessels, and they are transporting your hormones. And first of all, your hormones are made from cholesterol. And then cholesterol is transported through your blood vessels. And so what happened in the 1950s, it was, you guys have heard this before, but I'm just going to repeat it, that cholesterol was made the boogeyman because of autopsy that showed cholesterol to be at the site of a blood clot or whatever. Of course, it's at the blood site of cholesterol, of a stroke or whatever. It's on the highways. But blaming cholesterol for heart disease is like blaming the police because they're at the crime scene. They're not the bad guy. Cholesterol is FedEx. It's FedEx. It's Canada Post. It's U.S. Post. It's delivering. It's UPS delivering your Amazon packages of cholesterol, of hormones. Your testosterone men and ladies, your estrogen, progesterone. Guess what delivers it in your blood to your cells? Cholesterol. You need it. You need it. So this morning I want to talk to you about elevating your good cholesterol. You see, there's good cholesterol and there's bad triglycerides. There's not bad cholesterol, by the way. Oh, I get uptight. I get excited. My blood pressure goes up. I guess that's not good for me, but my blood pressure goes up because people get this mistaken. And if you get a chance, watch my video on the website on blood tests, called Blood Test. And what I do is I actually lay out the teaching, which I'll repeat again this morning, but if you want to have it, it'll be in front of you in a short teaching. I can't remember how long it is. It can't be more than 7-8 minutes or whatever. But I talk about HDL, good cholesterol, and I talk about triglycerides, bad fats. Okay, so guys, try and get this in your mind. This is really what's important when it comes to your blood work, because you send me your blood work all the time, and I don't mind looking at it. But I want to tell you what I'm looking for when I look at your lipid profile, okay? Your lipid profile. Here's what Dr. Martin's looking for. I want to know what your triglycerides are, and I want to know what your HDL is. Like all the other stuff, total cholesterol. Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. It was brought to you by Big Pharma. You can't blame them, guys. They want to sell medication. And the gig is up, guys, on statin drugs. Do you know that the gig is up? Meaning that finally, after all these years, they realize that the 1 to 2%, listen to this, the gig is up. Cardiologists are finally realizing that statin drugs don't work. Now they're still handing them out like candy. So let's go over it again. How do you get your good cholesterol up? That's very important, by the way, because the more FedEx trucks you have on the highways, the more UPS trucks you have on the highways of your blood vessels, the better it is. Because what the cholesterol does is cholesterol actually takes your triglycerides, bad fats, and transports them out of your body. So let's go over it. How do you elevate your good cholesterol? Well, remember, you guys should know this, but I'm going to teach it to you again. Where do you find cholesterol in food? Now remember, you need to get good cholesterol. How do you find it in food? You find it in animal products. It's not cholesterol. Remember what I'm saying. Cholesterol is not found in plants. Okay? It's not found in plants. It is found in animal products. So eggs, meat, and cheese. Okay? And when I say meat, I mean fish too. Okay? When you eat animal product, eggs, meat, and cheese, you are elevating your good cholesterol. Okay? So that's very important. You need to have high levels of good cholesterol. That's more important than having bad cholesterol. It's much more important that you have good cholesterol because, again, I don't care what your total cholesterol is. I want to know what your HDL is. HDL, look for it. Good cholesterol is found in animal products. And the more you eat animal products, eggs, meat, fish, cheese, the higher your HDL will go. Now listen, your HDL should be 2.5 times more than your triglycerides. So the bad fats, the dangerous fats, are triglycerides. So when you get your blood test, you know, a lot of people get blood work done every year and some are more often than that. But you'll always, when you look at your lipid profile, look for your triglycerides because those are your dangerous fats, not LDL, which is what medicine calls bad cholesterol. No, bad fats are what? Bad fats are found in what? Carbs, sugars. That's what elevates your triglycerides. Triglycerides are formed in your liver when the liver gets full of crappy carbohydrates, sugars, especially fructose. They get into your blood, your liver, they fill up your liver, and guess what? They elevate your triglycerides. So the bad fats is not LDL. The bad fats is triglycerides, and it comes from food. From food. Okay? So when you look at your blood work, go first to your triglycerides. Ladies, try and keep them under 1 or under. In the United States, it's 100, okay? Or under. So you see the 1, try and get it under. If it's under 1, I like it really low for women. Women need to have lower triglycerides than even men do. And men under about 1.7, but even lower than that, if you can get it. How do you lower it? Cut back on your sugars. Cut back on your crappy carbohydrates. That's how you lower triglycerides. How do you elevate cholesterol? Your good cholesterol, HDL, high density lipoprotein cholesterol. You make it when you eat eggs, meat, and cheese. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Why do you think fat chickens make such good eggs? Because of cholesterol. And when you hear this nonsense about, well, Doc, I don't eat the yolk. I eat only egg whites. That is stupid. That is stupid. The good cholesterol is found in the yolk. All your vitamins are found in the yolk. Eat the stinking yolk. Oh, I go insane. It's bad biochemistry. We've been fed a lie. So it's really important. So increase your eggs, meat, and cheese. And when I say eggs, meat, and cheese, I mean butter too. It's good dairy, butter. And don't eat that stinking margarine, for heaven's sakes. Is there anything more poisonous on the planet than stupid margarine? That's a molecule away from plastic. For heaven's sakes, your body didn't even know what that is. And that became a big craze. You should have heard me screaming in the 1970s. You know, like people were substituting, oh, it tastes like butter. It tastes like plastic. What are you talking about? It's plastic. Your body doesn't know what margarine is. It can't break it down. It comes into your gut, you know. It's stupid. Those are made from vegetable oils, plant oils, and they're hydrogenated. They're deadly for you. Okay, so one of the things you need to do, okay, and let me, before I get into what else you can do to elevate your good cholesterol, let me just tell you this, okay, because I have conversations every day. And listen, if you're a vegan and you're listening to me today, if you're a vegetarian and you're listening to me today, God love you, okay? And I love you too. God loves you and I love you too. And I mean that, okay? And maybe you're doing it for whatever reasons you want to do it for. But remember, you need to understand there are several things that are found in the animal kingdom. One of them is cholesterol. And you can't live without cholesterol. Okay? So don't fool yourself. You can live, but you won't live well without cholesterol. So if you want to drink the Kool-Aid, don't believe that you can live on that. You need to substitute. And you guys know me, so I'm always talking about the importance of B12. It's not in the plant kingdom. Popeye didn't get strong by eating spinach. He lied. Popeye lied to us. It wasn't spinach, because you can't get. Popeye was eating meat. I can tell you that. Okay, you ain't building muscle with you don't build muscle. Muscle's protein, guys, and you don't build muscle with plants. Now plants are good. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Don't come after me and go, Dr. Martin doesn't like plants. Yes, I do. I had celery juice this morning. Okay? I did. I had celery juice this morning. Okay? I love celery. It's good for you. It gets rid of uric acid in the body, and it lowers inflammation, and it's a wonderful electrolyte drink. I love celery, okay? And I love broccoli, okay? I don't like salad so much. You ladies and your salad. What do you think you are, a rabbit? Salad. What are you having, chicken and salad? And chicken's meat, I know, but salad ain't. So guys, listen, don't fool yourself, okay? Just understand that you're not going to get the levels of cholesterol that you need from the plant kingdom. It isn't in there. Cholesterol is made from the animal kingdom. And guys, think about this for a minute. Think about it. Just use your brain for a minute. If cholesterol is only found in the animal kingdom, why would you avoid it? Your brain is made up of cholesterol. It's made up of that. Your brain is fat. Yes. We've been on a failed experiment for 50 years. 50 years. And that is, fat makes you fat. And fat gives you cholesterol. And fat is no good for you. Where did we learn that stupidity? Where did we learn that stupidity? Brought to you by the cereal companies, brought to you by the pharmaceutical companies. And carbs, you can't live without carbs. Yes, you can. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you, yes, you can. Okay, so listen. And by the way, you need a healthy liver to make cholesterol, good cholesterol. Did you know that? You need a healthy liver because that's where cholesterol is formed. Now, you can eat, the body takes your food, if you're eating animal products, eggs, meat, and cheese, 15% of your total cholesterol is made from your food. Only 15%, 85% is made from what? 85% of your cholesterol is made in your liver. And the problem we're having today is our livers are no good. One of the biggest problems in society today in medicine. It's the start of diabetes. It's the start of almost everything that you can think of, is your liver is becoming fat. Not by eating fat, but by eating crappy carbohydrates, especially sugar and especially high fructose corn syrup that is put in everything from your cereals to your ketchup to your bagels to your muffins to blah, 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 blah. It's made from fatty liver. Now remember, your liver is a suitcase. It's a parking lot. When you eat carbs, insulin is the traffic cop that is sending your sugars made from carbs directly into your liver. It's a parking lot. And when the parking lot gets full, your liver becomes toxic. And it starts to empty out those toxins, those carbs that were stored as fat, as triglycerides. That's number one. It sends it into the bloodstream as unhealthy fat. But the other thing it does, it cannot produce enough good cholesterol, HDL. So one of the ways you're going to hit with, if you change your diet and lower your crappy carbohydrates, you're going to clean your liver. It'll clean it. You know, people, I'm going to do a detox on my liver. Yeah, and how are you going to do that? Well, I do a detox. Well, the best way to detox your liver is to stop eating sugar and carbs. That'll detox your liver like nothing else. I mean it. It's a suitcase. It's a parking lot. It gets full very quick. Go to Costco on the weekends in Sudbury. You know, I always tell my out-of-town patients, when do you want to come back to Costco? Because Sudbury, we got a Costco, okay? And all my Northern Ontario patients, I say, when do you want to come back to Costco? Well, then when you do, well, come back and see me, okay? Because I see so many people from out of town, which I really appreciate, by the way, okay? So, how do you elevate your good cholesterol? Number one, eggs, meat, and cheese, okay? So, another way is, this is very important, by the way, is elevate your vitamin D. Now, vitamin D, you think of it as a vitamin, and we call it a vitamin, but it really is a hormone. It's a fat-soluble hormone. So what's that mean? You need fat. You need fat to absorb your fat-soluble vitamins. And one of the things that vitamin D does, it helps to synthesize your good cholesterol. They work together. So vitamin D. So make sure if you got low HDL, so next time you got low. If it's not, I don't want to give you a number because it all depends on your triglycerides. So look at your triglycerides, okay? Let's say they're 1. Well, you want your HDL, okay, good cholesterol, to be 2.5 times higher than your triglycerides. 2.5 times. Why? You want to be 2.5 times more good cholesterol to take your triglycerides and take them out of your body. The bad triglycerides. Those are unhealthy fats made from sugars. So look at your numbers, 2.5 times. One way of elevating good cholesterol is eggs, meat, and cheese. Food, 15%. It'll help. High DHA oil. So if you have low HDL, you look at DHA. So when you get an omega-3, okay, remember now what I'm saying. When you look at an omega-3 capsule, you go to Costco or you go to your health food store or you go to, your pharmacy, and everybody's got omega-3 today, right? Very popular, and that's good. They got the memo. Even medicine. I think you'd even have a hard time finding a doctor that doesn't believe in omega-3. Now, maybe you can find one, but most doctors will tell you, yeah, omega-3 is good for you. It's well established, okay? But the one that elevates your good cholesterol is the DHA. DHA. So you'll see EPA, DHA. Now, the higher the DHA, the higher it will bring your good cholesterol. So that fat, the DHA fatty acid, it's good for your brain. It's good for your heart. It's good for your gut. It's good for everything. And especially it's good to elevate your good cholesterol. So listen, if you're a vegan, take a fish oil, high DHA capsule. If you don't, you're fooling yourself. Your brain is going to shrink on plants only. It will shrink because you're not getting enough B12. B12 is only found in the animal kingdom. It's not found. Look, there's not enough B12 in plants for a mouse. So don't fool yourself. B12 is found in red meat. Not found anywhere else, guys. In any significant amount. It's not found anywhere else. So you need to get that DHA. Get your vitamin D levels. Vitamin D is very important in the synthesis of good cholesterol, HDL, okay? Do you know what another factor is? Exercise. Do you know that exercise actually helps you to elevate your good cholesterol? It is so good for you. So you need that good cholesterol, okay? So get your vitamin D levels checked. Don't worry about your omega-3 levels. I mean it. I look, if you got extra money to spend, go for it. But listen, vitamin D will tell you what your omega-3 levels are. It will. It will. It's a fat-soluble vitamin. It will tell you what your DHA levels are. And it really, in that sense. And guys, so you get the memo, okay? You get the memo. Get your triglycerides down. Get your triglycerides down by cutting out sugar. It's simple. If you cut your carbs out for 4 weeks, you get rid of fatty liver in 4 stinking weeks. The scourge of society today is what starts in your liver. The parking lot is full. Kids have full parking lots in their liver, and they're already pre-diabetic. And they live on sugar. They live on sugar. It's so dangerous, you have no idea. You know, I get a kick out of, I've told you guys before, I love politics. I like listening to stuff, and I love arguments and our debates. I shouldn't say arguments. I love debates. No, I like arguments too. But politicians, you know why I got gray hair? Politicians give me gray hair. All of them. Because in the United States, they're talking, we need Canada's healthcare system. Okay, listen, you get hit by a bus, Canada's healthcare system. My son-in-law is an emergency doctor. Oh God, I love that man. I mean, you get an emergency, don't come see me. You want to see my son-in-law? They are so sharp, and they can keep you alive and blah, blah, blah. But guys, listen to me, okay? You know what I think, but I'm going to tell you again. All the tea in China, not billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. We're spending it on disease. We wait till you get diabetes. And then, you know what? I read this stat the other day that in Canada, it costs $16,000 a year for every person that has diabetes. It costs OHIP in Ontario and whatever it is, every other province, it costs them $16,000 a year for every diabetic there is in Ontario and Canada. $16,000 just for that, just for diabetes, just for the treatment of diabetes. Guys, diabetes type 2 is 100% food. Who talks about that? Nobody. They talk about cholesterol. of cholesterol. It's sugar. It's the new smoking. It's bankrupting us because nobody talks about prevention. You can't even get a dietitian. Oh, you better have some carbs. You can't live without them. You need a balanced diet. Oh, for heaven's sakes, we eat the most unbalanced diet. Guys, listen, we're going broke because of our health care. It's not health care, guys. It's disease care system. Disease. They wait. I had a patient in this week who was diagnosed with cancer in the last week or two. They came in to see me afterwards. And they said, you know what? I had trouble getting to the doctor and I had to wait and got my test. And then, it was slow. And by the time I got an MRI, and it took months and months and months and months. But the second that they found out I had cancer, I had to make life-changing decisions within, it was 5 minutes. First of all, you go into the office, the doctor's office, and they give you the bad news. And I mean, you might as well get hit by a truck. And then they want you to, look, now you got to go there. You got to get chemo. You got to get radiation. You got to get it cut out. You're going to have surgery. You got blah, blah. And it's so fast. The patient was saying to me, listen, I just heard the word cancer and I wasn't listening to the rest of it. And then they want me to make decisions immediately. Well, that's our system. That's our system. You have a heart attack, you got to take statin drugs. You got to be on blood thinners. You got to be on high blood pressure medication, whatever. And it's immediate. And you can't think. You can't question. You just got to do it. And guys, I want to prevent those things from coming on. That's what's going to help our society more than anything. Prevention. So I know I'm preaching to the choir here this morning. I know you're listening. I know you guys are interested. I know you guys are taking steps so that you don't get cancer. You don't get cardiovascular disease. You don't get diabetes. Diabetes is food. Don't fool yourself. It's food. It's not, oh, my daddy had diabetes, therefore that's why I got diabetes. No, you didn't. Daddy got diabetes, but you're getting diabetes because you ate like daddy. You're a carboholic. That's how you get diabetes, type 2. It's impossible to get diabetes. And a lot of people are not even diabetic, but they got fatty liver. But that's diabetes. Oh, doc, my blood sugars, they're normal. Yeah, but what's your insulin? Yeah, you're already diabetic. In my eyes, the thing is you can reverse it quickly. Okay. I know I'm crazy, but I love you guys anyways, because you guys think I'm crazy, but that's all right. Let's just talk about for 1 second, I'll finish with this. If you have a heart attack, if you have a stroke, you usually have like a blood clot or you had atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, right? Cholesterol doesn't cause that. Triglycerides do, from sugars, like smoking used to do. Yeah, atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries and plaque along the arteries, smoking was. And the guy that talked about cholesterol being at the root of heart disease was a guy by the name of Keys. His last name was Keys, Ansel Keys. And you know what? He blamed butter for what cigarettes were doing. He blamed eggs for what cigarettes were doing. He blamed saturated fat for what cigarettes were doing. And the new smoking, okay, because people, when heart disease went down? When people stopped smoking. But when your heart disease risks will go down and your stroke risks and Alzheimer's risks and diabetes risks will go down? Cut out the sugars. Cut back or out your bread, your pasta, your rice, your cereals. Oh, Dr. Martin, I have oatmeal every morning. Not good. Not good. It's a carb. It's going to be sugar in 5 seconds. So, but doctor, how am I going to go to the bathroom without oatmeal? You'd be surprised. Clean up your stinking diet. See how much fun I have? What do you suggest for breakfast? Bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs. That's what I suggest you have for breakfast, because fat don't make you fat, and fat don't give you a bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol, sugar does. So stay away from stinking yogurt. Women, I love my yogurt. Yogurt? Why do you want to eat crappy yogurt made from skim milk? Yuck. Why do you want that stuff for? That's no good for you. What grains do you eat? What do I eat? I don't eat a lot of grains. Man shall not live by bread alone. That's what the Bible says. Look, you can have find some. I don't need bread. I love bread, okay? I do. I mean it. And Rosie doesn't like bread, but she loves making it. But she makes me a low-carb bread and switches the flour, okay? Almond flour. If a dietitian had seen my breakfast this morning, they would have had a heart attack. Just looking at me eat that stuff. Look at the fat around that bacon. The more fat there is around the bacon, the better it is for you. So share this with your friends. I just wanted to do that teaching this morning because we've had, every day I get asked. Every day I get asked. And especially in the senior generation, they ask me because they're scared skinny of cholesterol. They're scared skinny of it. And it's been drummed into their heads so much. So I talk to my little senior, and I'm a senior citizen too, by the way, collecting my old age pension. But I got to teach them. I got to teach them that they, they're so scared of, cholesterol. Is the pharmaceutical industry ever good, at marketing? They dupe the whole stinking world. Give them credit. And the cereal companies, are they ever smart? They are. Marketing, they're smart. They're lying, but they're smart. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
You've reached the end of another Dr. is In podcast with your hosts, Dr. Martin Jr. and Sr. Be sure to catch our next episode, and thanks for listening.